What is going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac. I might probably want to put the mic next to me, but this is your man Dre Mac coming to you with a video. I literally just got home not too long ago, had something to eat, and while I was at work, Beau DeMayo dropped a bombshell about what actually happened with Marvel, and I want to get into it. I have a an article from AOL, and shout out because if you're watching this on a replay, the members, y'all getting this first, and then you guys who are not a member or not a part of the crew, you're getting this, a little bit later. You know what I mean? But I want to go over because I watched Pam Entertainment. Shout out to Pam. And I also watched Chills. I mean, when it put me to sleep, but I mean, I watched Chills and kind of got their perspective. So I want to give mine. Now, I am going to say, since this video is just a very short video, the article that I'm reading is going to be long. This is a long video, y'all. I mean, a long article from AOL. But what I want to do is give my commentary on it. It's going to be very quick. And again, this is not a live show. If you're watching this is a pre-recorded show. If you're watching this is pre-recorded. So I just want to let you guys know. So I want to get into this article, and I'm going to share my screen. And let's talk. Let's talk about this. And I'm going to full screen this, put it up here. And Beau DeMayo accuses Marvel and Disney of egregious prejudicial misconduct on X-Men 97 and Blade. All right, let's get into this. Beau DeMayo, the creator and executive producer of Marvel Animation series X-Men 97, accused Marvel and Disney of egregious prejudicial misconduct in a 30-minute video he posted Wednesday to his OnlyFans profile. DeMayo was fired by Marvel on the eve of X-Men 97 season premiere on Disney Plus in March, but the studio declined to comment on the reason for his removal until August. Following an accusation from DeMayo that he stripped his credits for season 2 of the show after he posted fan art of himself shirtless as X-Men character Cyclops in June for Gay Pride. Following the allegations, Marvel released a statement that DeMayo was terminated due to egregious natures of findings in an internal investigation. A source with knowledge of the investigation further told Variety that it was for sexual misconduct and that DeMayo's credits were stripped because he violated the terms of the termination agreement. These allegations of egregious misconduct are false, DeMayo says in the video, adding that rumors of the nature of DeMayo's alleged misconduct that have been floating on various sites and podcasts are lies. They are offensive, DeMayo continues, but more concerning is that they are smear campaigns designed to discredit my credibility in order to cover up egregious prejudicial misconduct stretching from the select crew members of X-Men 97 all the way to the top of Marvel Studios. DeMayo alleges that he both experienced and witnessed misconduct while working on X-Men 97 in his capacity as a showrunner and during a brief stint as a screenwriter on the long in the works feature film Blade set to star Mahershala Ali. A spokesperson for Marvel Studios did not respond to a request for comment. DeMayo says that the breaches in his exit agreement were posts he made about X-Men 97 during his run, including posting fan art, speaking at a screening of the show at a bar, highlighting different casts and crew, and explaining how the massacre at the LGBTQ nightclub Pulse in 2016 was one of the main inspirations for an episode involving a surprise attack on the mutant nation Genosha. He also alleged that Disney blacklisted him from third-party non-Disney Comic-Con panels and blocked him from attending the Emmys next week, where X-Men 97 is nominated for the Best Animated Series. While he did not refer to anyone by name, DeMayo also outlined several different specific allegation of misconduct against Marvel and Disney executive and employees that range widely in severity and magnitude. They include DeMayo alleges that his identity as a gay black man was weaponized by Marvel execs and select few crew members to undermine me and use the same dog whistle stereotypes favored by bigots for decades. He's big, he's intimidating, he too opinionated, angry, emotional, flamboyant, dramatic, and a pervert. DeMayo alleges that he fought Marvel executive over his desire to adapt storylines from previous published X-Men comic book runs rather than create brand new stories for the show as they desire. And he was called uncollaborative, too difficult, and too much of a fanboy. They openly resented me fighting for the fans, he says. DeMayo alleges that executives painted him as abusive when he declined to have the character of Jubilee make gang signs or paint the sky with plasmoids in the shape of a middle finger. The Mayo alleges that they are near criminal working conditions for VFX and animation artists at Marvel, and that people who worked on X-Men 97 were rapidly losing weight and having mental breakdowns. When he emailed Marvel's leadership about these issues, he experienced retaliation. DeMayo alleges he notified a producer on X-Men 97 that one of our leads is having a potentially exploitative sexual relationship with a PA. And the producer buried the report and informed the individual in question of DeMayo's complaint. He alleges that same producer on X-Men 97 repeatedly joked to crew that he showed DeMayo's thirst traps on Instagram to his underage son, and his son is wondering, do they need to buy me shirts for Christmas? DeMayo alleges that an artist on X-Men 97 repeatedly denounced all men as jerks and accused DeMayo of failing the cause because he kept a male character Cyclops as the leader of the X-Men. DeMayo alleges that a lead artist on the show told him at a company barbecue in 2021 that her husband felt that I must get a lot of blank based upon how I look. When DeMayo requested contacting producers of RuPaul's Drag Queen Race about promoting X-Men 97, he alleges he was told by Marvel that they didn't want to alienate certain audiences. DeMayo alleges that Marvel's PR department listed homosexuality as a hot button issue to avoid alongside school shootings, the Gaza conflict, and abortion. DeMayo alleges that Marvel executives joked in front of DeMayo that they'd hired a young Wesley Snipes to write on Blade. One of the reasons I wanted to do this video is so that you can see that Wesley Snipes and I look nothing alike, he adds. DeMayo says the last straw for him was when he arrived at the production office of Blade at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta and was told that someone needed to crack the whip around here. He alleges that on September 6, 2022, he sent his concerns about what he saw as prejudicial conditions or prejudicial conditions on the film to leadership at Marvel, and in return, I was removed from the project in the middle of moving to Atlanta for production, and then had my role on season 2 of X-Men 97 aggressively marginalized. DeMayo says that he has the receipts and eyewitnesses to back up his claim, and rather than dump them on the internet, he would prefer to relay them to authorities at Marvel and Disney, so that those responsible are able to receive what I was not a full and fair investigation away from the public eye. This is me trying to do the right thing, he says. This is Marvel's chance to do the same. DeMayo's attorney, Brian Freeman, filed a lawsuit against Marvel on Tuesday, seeking to invalidate the non-disparagement provisions in its separation agreement. Freeman contends that the agreement violates a new California law that limits NDAs and requires that they allow an employee to disclose information about unlawful acts in the workplace, such as harassment or discrimination. Violating both statutory California rights will cost Marvel this case, but more importantly, Marvel can no longer stop the truth from coming out, Friedman said in a statement. And that is the end of the AOL article. So I'm going to give a couple of thoughts about this. With Beau DeMayo, one thing that I seen, especially on Twitter, especially on Beau DeMayo's page, is a lot of people that were extremely pissed that Beau DeMayo decided, and I'm going to pull this up while we're at it, that Beau DeMayo was decided to put that interview, or him coming and explaining his side. They were pissed that he put it on his OnlyFans because you had to pay for it. And again, I understand both point of views, right? The word OnlyFans has a certain, you know, critique to it. Let's put it more like that. When you think of OnlyFans, the only thing that you think of when it comes to OnlyFans is, you know, a lot of people doing a lot of, you know, sexual things on OnlyFans, which it could be as much as taking your shirt off or just getting full-fledged naked and doing the do on OnlyFans, right? So a lot of people, you know, are looking at that and saying, okay, if you got 2,000 people to go to that OnlyFans to see your 30-minute video, you just made $20,000 because it's $10 to get on your OnlyFans. You just made a quick $20,000 because everybody wants to hear the juicy gossip. But I'm gonna point something out, and I think this was you know, to me, you know, again, there's people who have you know, other like Discord and other things that you have to pay so you could be able to get exclusive content. You know, some of Daniel RPK's content that, you know, that we get from the information out there, you have to pay for. You know, so I do get why Beau DeMayo did it on his OnlyFans, because if you're really trying to look for the gossip, you're going to pay for it, and here you go. But I think, you know, the people was on his side, and people don't want to pay for the $9.99 for 30 minutes and then forget that they pay for this month. And then, you know, there might be some stuff on there they don't want to, they want to see about you. You know what I mean? You know, so I could see how that could come across. But let me just share real quick before I wrap this video up. And again, I'm going to give my thoughts on it, but I want to just share some of the things that I saw. So Josh Harding right here wrote, trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here, and can see the use of a OnlyFans account to access this information as potentially tying into your specific situation and the point you're trying to make, possibly. But not gonna lie, making people pay $10 is a little whack. So Beau says, totally hear you, but there will be a lot of exclusive content coming to this page beyond just this first video. This is just the beginning of a larger project. So he's saying that, you know, that there's going to be, your $10 is going to go a long way, because you're going to learn this information. You know, with that $10, you're going to learn a lot more information than somebody who's not paying it. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm not paying for this man's OnlyFans. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'll get the information as it comes out through, you know, other means, like, you know, like here through, you know, AOL, or, you know, through NPR or something like that. I am not doing that. You know what I mean? You know, I just personally, you know, so I can see where people are upset. Blue, my man, you know, of course, you know, representing, you know, Blurred AF, got 77 likes out for this, said, bro, this seems like a money grab for people who support or want to support you. You're really making it hard for us to see your side, but I get it. I respect the hustle. Pierre said, I would like to know the whole truth of why you refuse to cast an Afro-Brazilian in Sunspot. You know, this guy, Devin, a homo patriot dude, part of the LGBT community, he put, so you lost me as a fan and a supporter. I have more respect for you if you just came out and said, I want to monetize my truth and therefore I'm selling my truth. So please subscribe to my OnlyFans instead of you're being coy and playing games. You burn bridges and goodwill, and now you're trying to profit off of being fired. Seriously, you lost me as a fan and a supporter, and I suspect you'll be losing more. And Disney made the right call in dropping you like a bad habit. Your toxicity and bullshit is coming through clear as a bell. You were fired. People get fired every day. You're trying to monetize your firing, and you're just not that special. And yeah, and so let me take this off the screen. And I'm not gonna pay for his OnlyFans. I'm gonna find other ways to meet it. And so I really understand where he's coming from. Like I said, there's other platforms that you have to pay for people's content. So to those people, I can see the look of OnlyFans like that. You know what I'm saying? If you say, hey, go to my Discord or go to my Patreon, people pay for Patreon all the time. So if I personally, Beau DeMayo should have went to Patreon and created a Patreon and say, hey, and should have said, hey, I'm gonna put exclusive content here. It's all about what's going on. You're gonna follow this journey with me. Yes, it's gonna cost you, $9.99 a month, but this is the way that I can be able to tell my truth in a way where we all feel comfortable because it's optics. So we all feel comfortable about what's going on and me keep you in the loop. Now, before I let you guys go, I'm gonna address a few things that he said in here. One, I do believe that Marvel, which has came out before, that Marvel did not want people who knew the comics and wanted to express those stories in the median. We of course we've seen this with them changing T'Challa into T'Chaka and X-Men 97. We know damn well that it was T'Challa was the Black Panther and has always been the Black Panther in all these cartoon mediums prior to what Disney did after the death of Chadwick Boseman. And when he tweeted, I had nothing to do with that. That comes from higher up. This is what I'm talking about. So I do believe that that there were people at Marvel that was like, we don't want that story. Create news. We want new, fresh stories. Well, with new, fresh stories, there's comic book fans that are fans of X-Men, the original series, and we knew that they use a lot of that to tell the original Claremont stories. Why deviate from that? And number two, because those stories are so popular, that's why you have the older fans like myself tuning in. So I do believe that. I do believe the FX department, was being overworked, the animation department, because that has came out. We had through the writer's strike, now the visual effects departments getting together and unionizing. So those are things that I do believe. I do believe that soon, and I've said this before, that as soon as Beau DeMayo starts talking about the separation agreement, I don't care about him getting fired. We're talking about the separation agreement. And that's what he was talking about was the writing credits. Soon as he starts speaking about his writing credits, Disney dropped about him being fired. And I said, that was a red flag for me. He's talking about a separation agreement. You had to go on there and talk about that he was fired for egregious acts at the job. And then the Snyder report comes out and pushes out all that information, that just labels this man like he's the creepiest dude on the face of the planet. And perception is reality for some people, even though it's public perception, or the court of public opinion. And when you put stuff out there, people actually believe it, So, I do believe that they did that. I've said that it just was way too coincidental. Now, the other stuff he's going to have to prove, and like I said, I'm with the brother because he's part of the union. So I'm going to be with the union guy before I'm with the company until I'm proven otherwise. That's my stance, and I'm not going to deviate that stance, even though I do feel like he should have never tried to capitalize the story on OnlyFans. It's the optics. I know that that's where you go, but I'm gonna be real with you. Not everybody wants to see what you got going on OnlyFans to catch a scoop on what you're talking about as far as your case. If you get what I'm saying, and again, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, but you really have to look at how you're being portrayed. And now that you're putting this on this site, how much more is going in the feed into somebody's prejudice. So, like I said, I'm more worried about what it was the breach of the agreement, what was in that separation agreement that had you go get Brian Friedman, who is one of a badass attorney, and I don't think he would have took this case as an attorney if there wasn't any meat to the bones, because that's how he is. And damn near every case that he's went against, he has won, as a celebrity Hollywood, attorney. So I don't think if Beau DeMayo said he got receipts, I'm just not going to your OnlyFans to getting those receipts. Me personally, it's just the optics. I don't want to do it. But you guys tell me in the comment section below what you guys think. Do you believe Beau DeMayo? What is it? What is the deal? What do you guys think?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
I gotta wrap up this video, but thank you so very much for watching this impromptu video, about Beau DeMayo, all of this stuff. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Where's my outro at? We got to get up out of here. I gotta go.
Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over?
What?
Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.